Hello and welcome to version 2.0 of this recording because my dumbass forgot to turn the microphone on last time and realized after I was done. Anyways, let's get right into it. So let's be honest, as someone who's been using Xbox as their primary console for quite some time now, quite a few years now actually, I can confirm that every game that has anything to do with Xbox Game Studios ranges between mediocre to downright embarrassing. But since I don't pay a thing for any of them individually thanks to Game Pass, I just go ahead and, do some exploring. And Xbox announces a bunch of new things every now and then. But the titles I get excited to play either get cancelled, and I'll never forgive them for Perfect Dark, or turn out to be painfully disappointing. I mean, remember Avowed? Anyone remember that crap? Yep, nobody's talking about it anymore, and no one should. No one did a week past its release, to be honest. And why would anyone talk about it? I mean, the game did have huge potential, but some decisions sprinkled here and there basically ruined the whole thing. I mean, the outdated never was even good at any point in history enemy ranking system absolutely ruined combat and game progression. Relying on upgrading weapons instead of actually, finding new, better weapons to encourage you to explore and stuff ruined looting and exploration as well because, I mean, come on, what am I gonna find out there? Another basic weapon identical to the one I'm carrying? I don't know, the only thing worth looking for is upgrade materials. And not even because it's fun, it's because it's, let's say, the permission the game gives you to make further progress. The world is also divided into multiple mediocre regions, and this gave it a very budgety feel since none of them actually stands out, at least the ones I played. And the fact they insisted on making almost every NPC gay and making it the highlight of the character completely ruined characters and dialogues. But hey, if it was their goal, then, well, congrats, the game sure is pretty gay. This had me frequently rolling my eyes at first, and later on skipping dialogues altogether. In an RPG game, yes. And, well, that lasted only a couple of sessions because I dropped the game altogether. I only finished the first two regions. And the cast, oh my god, the characters are a freaking joke. They're so laughable. We got, I don't know, Jake Sully, the gay virgin, and homemade Gimli, and I don't know, a walking health potion. And yep, that's pretty much it. Let's go. And not only dialogues are badly written, they're straight up useless. I mean, remember how you could manipulate all factions, final boss included, in Fallout New Vegas? Well, in Avowed, dialogues just don't do a damn thing. They have as much effect as they do in Zelda games. Okay, let's leave Avowed behind for now and let's not get started on whatever the hell Xbox did to Arcane, and let's focus a bit on their, well, not miss up, because I wouldn't say they cooked, they just did not miss this up. I mean, Xbox games, if they make it to the shelf, usually suck. And digging in this heap of crap, I decided to give South of Midnight a shot, mostly because of the visual appeal. My expectations, just another title to join the install, play for a couple of hours, uninstall routine, but surprisingly, I played through the whole thing, and I had fun. I mean, the game did surpass my expectations, and my expectations were low, but still, seeing the game surpassing them was really nice. And don't get me wrong and don't get overexcited or anything, it's by no means a masterpiece either. You see, South of Midnight has countless unexpected highs in terms of writing, soundtrack, and visual style, but man are the lows problematic. Visually, I got what I came for. The game looks stunning, the clay-ish art style combined with the stop-motion effect added an artistic touch to both gameplay and cutscenes, one I would like to see more of in gaming actually, without being overused because, well, someone somewhere tends to overuse stuff. Character designs as well are colorful and charming, but more importantly, expressive and unique. You see, most characters suffer a specific trauma and their designs do reflect that beautifully. And the one with no traumas, Catfish, is just likable and well written.
So now you're a flood. No, I would have helped if I'd realized.
If I'm a flood, it's in name only. And if my last name's Bunny believe that I'm on her side, then I'ma use it.
Well, you sure can scheme like a real flood.
The gameplay is a classic mix between platforming, which is my favorite part, even if it's not so challenging, puzzles, and combat. Both of them are, okay. And in terms of gameplay, there isn't really much innovation going on here, but it was fun nonetheless. It generally feels more like a modern version of games like Sly Cooper. The soundtrack is also fantastic, and when I looked it up, I realized it was actually composed by the same guy behind the soundtrack of A Plague Tale Innocence and Requiem. So, naturally, it was dope.
Shit, there he goes!
But the soundtrack plays a very important role in the storytelling aspect of the game, because throughout the game you help multiple characters overcome their traumas, and the soundtrack's lyrics are actually a musical storytelling of the traumas. And the more you find out, the harder it gets until it reaches its climax in the boss fight. Yeah, and boss fights are ass. You know the bosses that keep on attacking and all you can do is dodge until explosive barrels appear somewhere, somehow, and all you can do is throw it at them and then they're stunned, you go attack them for a while, then they start glowing because they're about to make an AoE attack and you have to, dodge away and keep dodging more attacks until more explosive barrels appear. You know this gimmick that was really cool and chill back in the days of the N64? Yeah. But to be honest, not all bosses like that. They suck in different ways. For example, others are a classic attack and dodge fight. How can you mess this up? Well, they did, because you dodge glowing red marks on the floor. This aged. Like, 10 years ago this was already aged. And the final boss fight. Oh my god. You see, the final boss fight is, drumroll, literally another combat sequence like every other combat sequence in the freaking game. You fight the same damn enemies, the boss's health bar depletes with every damn enemy you kill. I don't know who the hell thought this was a good idea. I don't know who the hell approved that this was a good idea. I don't know how the testers said this was a good idea. But yeah, I guess instead of shutting down the initiative and cancelling Perfect Dark, we had some pure layoff material right here. I have two more problems in South of Midnight beside boss fights. First, it might sound like a small one, but combat is very strictly separated from the rest of the game. Like, every time you see a combat area from afar, you know this is a combat area. And once you kill the last enemy, you have to go and interact with a specific object to let the game know, yes, I am done with combat, please let me progress further. It doesn't sound like a huge thing, but imagine it this way. What if Dark Souls completely got rid of its enemy placement and put all enemies together behind fog walls? See what I'm talking about? It does not feel natural. And even with this isolation, combat can be pretty fun sometimes, but it's mostly serviceable. Enemy variety is not that impressive, and besides a few upgrades here and there, it mostly remains the same throughout the entire experience. The second problem I have is sort of related to combat as well, but you see, the game follows a very strict formula of you meet a character with a trauma, you run through the area and complete 4 combat sequences, then you get a small chase sequence, which is I really get hyped for because the chase sequences are really cool. And then you move on to the next character, run around to complete 4 combat sequences, and the loop goes on and on. This highly unflexible formula gets boring fairly quickly, and I just hated completing a checklist of combat sequences over and over. It's funny how I said I liked the game and all and just went ahead and talked about the negatives for most of the video, but guess I should really work on my script writing skills. My writing skills do not belong here. You know where do they belong? I'm gonna write about 2 for Obsidian. But seriously, if I just complained about the gameplay structure itself, why do I even like the game? I don't agree with a lot of gameplay decisions they went with, but when it comes to art design, soundtrack, story, and characters, South of Midnight really offers something different, something worth experiencing. It gives you the charm of an animated movie, but it's actually talking about adult topics like loss and overcoming traumas, which makes the characters you meet along the way not only charming, but extremely relatable. To me, this aspect alone is worth experiencing the game for, even if multiple other aspects did not really deliver. The concept is quite similar to Pentiment. It's beautiful, artistic, uniquely written, but as a video game it just gets quite boring sometimes. Still, I would never call Pentiment a masterpiece like many others do, but it's by no means a bad product. I wouldn't say a game, I would say an artistic product. In short, South of Midnight is far from a flop, but they still have plenty of room for improvement. Let's just hope Xbox doesn't shut them down before they get the chance to learn and improve on their work. And to be honest, I think they're learning, because South of Midnight is a huge step up from We Happy Few. Okay, and my script writing skills just surprised me once more, because while recording this I realized I did not write an outro. So yeah,